Hello and welcome to Paranormal Peeps. And my original guest couldn't make it, so I thought, right, what shall I do? I thought, yeah, I did an investigation the other night, so let's invite everyone along. So I just thought we'd just have a general chat about the investigation about paranormal and other things, really. So feel free to ask any questions during the live as ever. So tonight I'm speaking to Lorraine Sargent and her daughter Alicia. How are you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, we're really good, thank you.
Yeah, it's so lovely to speak to you, though. We did have a right laugh on Friday, didn't we?
It was good. Yeah, it was really good. Really, really good.
Yeah. So we actually went to one of the oldest pubs in Nottingham. So there's about three of them, really. And it was on time team as to which one was actually the oldest. And one was the oldest for being a pub, one the oldest building, and something else. But we actually went to the caves, which are under the pub. And I think when I first started ghost hunting, I used to go there quite a lot. So I used to go there in Grasley Hall quite a lot, and I haven't really been there much recently. So it's nice to get back there, but wow, it's difficult to get access, isn't it? The steps are a bit ropey.
Mm.
Yeah, they weren't very disability friendly back in the day.
No, that's right. And they've got handrails and stuff, but you just got to take it really easy, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then there's I just fell down a little hole as well. So like so you basically got some little caves, they've like got a little ledge you can sit on, which is great. So you've always got seating there, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got an ambient temperature as well. So if the temperature changes, there's no real reason for that to happen.
Yeah.
And there's a lovely ledge to sit on. So it is cool. Hello, Mason. Thanks for joining us. Oh, bless you. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, what did you think then, Lorraine, as a whole?
Yeah, it's a place that I've always wanted to go. And then when it came up there, because I've tried a few times, but then when I see that you was advertising it, I thought, yeah, gotta go. And
Yeah.
it didn't disappoint at all. It was fab. It was just fab. Really.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's because of what it is, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
Nottingham, it's got caves
Mm.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And to actually sort of go down these caves, hi Jenny, hope you well. But to actually go down these caves, it was like, and
Mm.
like they've got the map, and the caves were there before the pub, probably. Well, yeah, they were,
Yeah.
and they might
Yeah.
have even accessed them before the pub
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you imagine how many uses those caves have had.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was picking up all sorts really there, I was surprised actually when I got down how quick the um
Yes,
gentleman John, not so gentlemanly,
yes.
was
Now,
there watching us and with his little evil ways. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Now that sort of blew my head because I've got past life links with that cave, and basically when I do these investigations, I don't tell anybody anything.
Mm.
Like here's the address, there you go, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Right.
yeah, for you to sort of say straight away about this not so nice gentleman, well dressed called John,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just blew me away really because I knew he'd be there waiting for me somehow.
Mm.
But for
Yeah.
you to pick him up was, if it is that John, but and a gentleman was like hovering all night, wasn't he? Which I
Yeah.
believe is him. So it was,
Mm.
hi Cole, you well? But Alicia, the thing is about you, you picked up on one of the well-known characters,
Mm.
Rosie.
Oh yes, yeah, I did.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, it was really weird. Obviously we were all saying it was childlike, and I just remember I went really, really dizzy, and then I just had this name just repeating over and over and over again. And
Yeah.
say it because I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't, I couldn't do anything else because of this name that was just in my head.
That's
But yeah,
brilliant.
really interesting.
Yeah. So, like, most people sort of go to the cave to sort of do encounter Rosie, and
Oh,
we did have a lot of the equipment getting hit, didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I do tend to use Andy Guy's equipment. You know, it doesn't get influenced by Wi-Fi or anything. Not that you could get Wi-Fi down the caves,
No.
but
Yeah.
you know, it kind of rules things out, doesn't it?
It
Really,
does, yeah,
Y-
the
definitely.
fact that these devices go off and you can tell it to stop and it does.
Yeah, yeah, you can
It's
get them flashing and that to answering questions. It's just pretty amazing, really.
yeah.
Is yeah.
So, what was your favourite moment then, Lorraine? Really,
Oh, crikey.
the craziest.
It's just all of it. It
Yeah,
was just really, yeah. It was yeah, it didn't disappoint. Definitely didn't disappoint because um you know, you do get it. Some places you go to, it can be quiet all night, really. You know, you get
yeah.
the odd little bit, but that was just active. Yeah,
Mm,
it was.
yeah.
So
What's
yeah.
your favourite bit then, Melissa?
I think for me, I mean, I can't remember too much about it, which is weird, but when I sort of went into that trance state and
Yeah, that's incredible.
but actually my favorite bit was after that when I saw the photographs that were taken,
Yeah.
the 3 photographs, the 2 that were you could clearly see my face, and then the third one, you sort of my upper body had disappeared.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. And I actually
Yeah.
saw that with my own eyes.
Yeah,
So I was looking over in that direction. Like obviously when you went into sort of translate state, I did sort of go close to you to see your face and
yeah,
see your face changing. And I've got photos and I don't know if anyone will see your face changing.
mm,
But from where I was sitting just across from you, you did disappear. And all I saw was a cave wall. And it was really, really strange that then Tanya, who came from the pavilion, who helps does the pavilion,
yeah,
she actually got the photo, which,
Mm.
yeah, it's
yeah,
incredible, isn't it?
yeah, definitely. It was nice to have that as hard evidence in a way.
Yeah, that's right.
It's people can say it and I can feel it, but having a photograph that I mean, I've looked at the photographs and I've tried to use sort of like a enhancing the brightness and
Yeah,
and you still can't see my upper body no matter what I do to the photo.
that's weird.
Me, that's really good sort of concrete evidence.
That's right, because it is dark light conditions anyway, isn't it? But
Yeah,
it's the fact that you totally disappeared and,
Yeah.
changing the contrast, you would actually, surely you could see your outline or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, no, that's the thing. Doing that, and there's nothing there for there's it just I can't physically I cannot explain it.
Oh, it's incredible. Now, Mason, I didn't know that you were at Radio Trent. My God, I used to listen to that. I used to listen to Steve Merrick. Um, oh God, 10 till midnight, and I used to listen. I always used to listen to Radio Trent 10 till midnight. I knew a lot of hosts and stuff at the time. My gosh, but yeah, that those studios. They always mention the studios, and whenever I sort of go down that street, I always like try and work out like which was the Radio Trent building because also you've got the graveyard right next door as well. So I've been around that graveyard. Well, yeah, it's at the back of the Trent building. So you've got the graveyard there, and like more recently, it's like some of the graves have actually sunk, but seem to have fixed them now. But that was a bit. It's on a bank, and some of it's like eroding away and dropping away. So, oh my gosh, yeah, I loved it. I really did. Like it has changed now with the radio station. Yeah, 24 hours a day. That's it. Yeah. And so they often mention the ghost stories as well. And I think they did a little magazine from there at one stage and they sort of did it. Oh my God, the midnight. Yeah, midnight. The love. It's like the love stories. It is a bit sarcastic, wasn't he? Did you listen to it? The old Steve Merrick shows?
No,
No.
No,
But
doesn't.
oh gosh, yeah, yeah. But it's just great memories, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a blast from the past. It really is. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's in the building now, but yeah, it went years ago, didn't it? But yeah, I used to like Radio Trent, and it was the way radio stations were there, weren't there? I think Steve Merritt was on Radio Caroline. A few of the DJs went from Radio Caroline to there as well. So, oh my God, but yeah, that is known as the spooky building, and wow, what memories just listening to that every night. But because I am a night person, and yeah, yeah.
You are a night owl.
Yeah. So yeah, even then, like I'd be listening till about midnight and think I need to go to sleep. But no, But yeah, there's nothing new then, is there for me? Staying up till a silly hour. But even when I work in the morning. But yeah, the birds set off now. So let's start off with Alyssa then. Where did this the paranormal, I love the paranormal start? Hey. I've got to ask it. I ask everybody.
It actually, and I remember it well, and I know that this is a story that my mum doesn't like, but it was
Ooh.
when when I was younger. Obviously, my mum would always go on paranormal hunts, so she'd be gone for the night, and we'd either be left with dad or with a sitter. I'm assuming, I can't remember fully, or we'd go along and we'd stay in a nearby like hotel.
Oh, bless you.
But one of the things that I remember is when my mum first went to the ancient Ram Inn.
Wow.
And she had an experience in the ancient Ram Inn that scared her. And she came back.
Gives me shudders now.
Hey, I'm interested now, definitely.
She told us about this experience, and I just thought that was the most amazing thing ever. Not what happened or what could have happened, but just the fact that it did happen was so interesting to me. And ever since, I always wanted to go to the Ram. I always wanted to go to the ancient Ram Inn. It didn't scare me. I always wanted to. So really, ever since then, I can't remember how old I was when you went, Mum, but
it
was. Then I've been obsessed.
Oh my gosh!
And
it
also,
was a long time ago,
yeah.
And it took a long time for me to go back to that place.
Yeah,
a long time. Yeah,
I think as well, growing up in a haunted house.
That helps.
That does, yeah, that definitely helps.
Yeah.
Having experienced things,
yeah,
really from day dot in the house that my parents are in, is you sort of just become, I suppose, interested and
yeah.
want more.
That is incredible though. So Lorraine, when did it start for you then?
Oh crikey. Well, it was the paranormal that started my whole journey off into mediumship, everything.
Yeah.
It's paranormal where I started.
That's me as well, yeah.
Like 20 odd years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Where I would just, go, like Alyssa said, she'd get left with Nan or a sitter, and off me and hubby would go and investigate places, and I would sit sort of the day before wherever I was investigating. I never, hand on heart, I'd never want to research anything. I want to feel it myself, so that I'm true to myself and I know then what I'm getting.
That's right. I get you. I'm like that.
The day before, whether you want to call it meditate, whether I'd just sit and I'd ask for information of the place that I'm going to, and then I'd write it all down, and then I'd go. And they normally do sort of like a history walk round, don't they? And then this information, I'm like that. Oh, I've got this information down. It's like, what the heck,
Yeah.
And that sort of started me off to develop as a medium then. So
yeah, and that's where I met you. Well,
yeah.
I think you'd been developing before that. Well, I had as well, but I met you on Barry John's lessons. A few years ago now, isn't it? Blimey. What,
Yeah, I've no.
2018, 2019?
I think probably it was at the start of when I started my journey that I met Barry. So I've known
Wow.
him all that time. So
My
he's a really
gosh.
good friend.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
been on
it.
loads of places, investigated, and yeah, and it's sort of the paranormal is sort of, all my work that I do now. It started off in the paranormal. Uh, I don't like to call it spirit rescue, just moving them on, really.
Yeah.
Making sure they're back, and not stuck or anything like that.
You didn't
They're
rescue that
back.
angry bloke, though.
No, 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 no. I don't do it wherever I investigate. I usually get contacted by people that have trouble in their homes, in their workplace, or whatever, and I'll go in and sort it for them. So it all
That's
started off
brilliant.
with the paranormal. So yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah.
It is really good. Um,
Mm.
so Mason going back, Dale Winton. Oh, I loved him to bits. That
Oh
was
yeah.
pre-supermarket sweep. That was too cheesy for me. But back in the day when he was on the radio, it was brilliant. It really was. And oh my god. But yeah, it's just great memories, really, of certain time. What happened at the ancient Ram Man, Lorraine?
Oh, crikey.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, so this was, I'd it was fairly early on because I'd not really started to develop as I was sort of picking up things and getting
Yeah.
information and everything. So I was not really knowing what was going on then, and we'd gone with a group. Instantly pulling in on the drive, I felt physically sick, and
Wow.
I knew nothing about this place. We said, yeah, we'll go, because get a chance to go anywhere, I'd
Oh
go.
yeah.
I loved it. And we were there. We went into the barn area. I mean, at the time, there was still lots of wood piled up, and it's a lot
Oh.
clearer now. But it was pitch dark, but in my mind's eye, I could see what was an angel, but black,
Wow.
crouched on top of the wood pile. And I'm like, okay, what's that? Because
What's that?
I was just new to all this, and I then, years ago, and I thought, what's this? And then later on in the night in the bishop's room, where there was probably, I don't know, what would there been, probably seven of us in there. And it came back and it stood in front of the fireplace, and there was a medium that was developing at the time, a lad, and he could see it as well. And I thought, crap, he can see it as well.
Wow.
So I'm not imagining it. It was like 7 foot odd tall. It was huge.
Oh
I
my
could
god.
see shiny black feathers. I couldn't see its face, and it totally freaked me out.
I'm not surprised. Wow.
Yeah, and on the way home the next day, I actually put, because I think I'd only just sort of got onto Facebook as well, and I just put out, what I'd seen. Does anybody know what they know? I had this woman message me, and I thought, oh
Oh
crikey,
god.
she knows what it is. And so yeah, so for a long time, I slept with crosses at the side of my bed
Yeah,
for
I get you.
years and years. And Alyssa was, oh, I want to go to the, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And we'd been, I took her outside. I'd let her have a look outside when we'd been, and then
Yeah.
my friend Carolyn as well. It was a
Yeah.
medium. She was, oh, I want to go there, and I was like, oh, please don't, just leave me alone. I don't want to go back. So anyway, the other year, I hired the place, and we
Yeah.
privately, and we went. I think was there about 10 of us was there went.
God.
Can't remember now, but anyway, yeah, we went, and I had to be big and brave. I put the key in the lock. I took a deep breath. I pulled my big girl pants up, and I went
Oh,
in.
bless you.
Oh dear, but it was a fantastic night though. Now I want to go back again because it
Beautiful,
just
yeah.
keeps giving, and it was an awesome night, wasn't it, Alyssa? And
Yeah.
there was one bit. It was so funny. It was like they were all going down the stairs, and I was probably second, third from the end. All of a sudden, they all start coming back up the stairs, shouting me.
Christ.
And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Anyway, one of the ladies that was with us, she was quite upset. She said, I've just seen a little child run across from the bar area across.
Wow.
Where the brave. It ran
Not been
straight
there
through
yet.
there.
Shame.
Yeah. So
Incredible.
yeah, and we had some bits on the what is it? Is it the ghost box? The
SB7 or something.
Yeah, spirit box.
The spirit box. That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
It said leave now.
Oh wow. How many times do they do that?
And
Great.
and most of them, there was only like me, my husband, Alyssa, and her partner that sat still, and the rest of them got up. Okay, we're going. And I'm like, no. What will you do if we don't? And it went, kill you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So anyway, they all went back to the hotel, and there was just 4 of us left.
We stayed.
Right.
Yeah, we stayed for another few hours. So
Yeah.
But you do, don't you? You don't want to leave.
No,
That's when it's
absolutely not.
happening.
That's it.
But when you went the first time, was that with John? Was John there then?
John.
The bloke
Yes, I met him.
Oh, you met
I did.
him.
I
Oh,
met him.
incredible.
Oh, such a lovely, lovely man.
Oh,
he was
wow.
so gorgeous. Bless him. Yeah, he was there then. Yeah, I mean, it's altered inside a lot now, because his daughter is, but yeah, I did meet John. He's lovely.
Oh wow,
Really
that is
lovely.
incredible. It's a bloke I would have loved to have met, because it's that, from what you hear, it's like a lot of the spirits are there because he was there.
Yeah,
And, they used to hang around because of him. And
yeah.
what you've seen there, and to go back. And what did you get from there then, Alyssa? What did you think?
We have some interesting. I was sort of expecting. I think I built it up in my head for such a long time that I was expecting to, be possessed and to have all this crazy stuff happen. But at the time, I suppose it was a bit like, oh God, I wish there was more happening. But now, actually,
thank you.
Looking back, we did actually have some really, really good evidence. For instance, on the CCTV cameras that they have at the Ram, we actually caught one of our cat balls flew off one of the tables.
Wow, incredible.
That was in the witness room, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a lot with, REM pod, cat balls, the spirit box, and now the more and more places you go, you realise how rare that is to have all of that happening.
Yeah, that's right.
Up in the loft, actually, you just reminded me with the REM pod, we had was it John or was it somebody else was actually speaking to us, with the lights on the REM pod.
It was a little boy.
Little boy, that was it. Yeah,
oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
so he would flash the REM pod twice for yes, and
that's it. Yeah,
would answer because obviously with ours it's 4 red lights.
We've actually that as
we
well,
could have him picking a light to answer each. It was really good. It was really, really good.
It was
that it sounds incredible. But like Mason, thanks for that, lovely ladies, and like the energy between you two, you know what I mean? It's beautiful, and not surprising. Like when you're in a place, you get activity.
Yeah,
and that's it, isn't it? Like everybody who got together, we're all so up for it. And brightening the people and their energy, it does make a difference to a night, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think when you go to these places as well, that you respect the spirit, you respect them,
God, yeah.
And not not goad them, not aggravate them, respect them. And
me and John do go back a long way, though.
Yeah, I know. But, it's just interesting to know their story, and
that's right.
Is it's good. I love-
Thanks, Jamie. So SPS, everybody, great team.
Hi.
You do events.
Hello.
So yeah, but yeah, well, I'm sorry, like I've got this spirit who, like, first time I encountered him was actually at Salutation Inn, and then I encountered him at the Robin Hood. But then, like, years later, I kind of found out that it was associated with a past life. And I did a lot of investigations around Nottingham, and he'd crop up, and you just thought, oh, I got around. You know, as a judge at the National Justice Museum, he used to drink out the cell, he drunk out the trip, and he lived at where the Robin Hood legacy was. And it's a bit odd, but, you know, it's possible, isn't it? And, you know, for me to have, like, this has been going on about 8+ years now. You know, from my first spiritual encounter. First time I actually spoke to spirit was at the Robin Hood legacy. Sort of communicated, and it was actually his daughter, and she was telling me about her father pushing her mum down the stairs. So then next time I went to the Robin Hood legacy, as soon as I set foot on premises, it went dead. Apart from this bloke stomping round. 5 a.m. in the morning, I says, "Oh, are you the guy who killed this Annalise?" Because that's the name I got at the time.
Yeah.
And all hell broke loose then. That was a public event, so like totally destroyed it that night. You know. Oh, Gary Fields, how you doing, mate? Hey, Liverpool fan. Hey, can't be helped. I follow the other Reds, but and you know the whole like story about him and what's going on, I don't know. And you do a past life, and oh, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then he comes to my house and things as well.
Oh God.
I know, it's really like intense with this. Yeah, Gary's met him as well. So yeah, Gary Fields at the last investigation. Yeah, Gary brought through some information about this, John.
Yeah.
And that was a weird shot, you know, totally unrelated, I thought, but it wasn't. It was related.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he ran some ladies of the night, and they used to go there to get rid of children, you know, they're expecting and stuff. And you know, it just all tied in, and all the time it's like I go to Nottingham, there's always some link, and it's absolutely mad.
Yeah.
And
it's a bit like John O'Gaunt with me. I first met him at the gates coming out of Tutbury Castle early one morning. It was a summer solstice,
wow,
a weekend event. I think Barry was there because Johnny Fury was there as well, the medium. And yeah, that's when you and with your dad and your sister was camping out in the car park, and I was off ghost hunting.
I remember seeing you all walking. There was somebody filming it with like a proper film camera, and you guys were all walking.
Wow.
Oh, I can't remember. But anyway.
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was. It was early hours, and it was just breaking daylight, and I was walking back to the tent on my own. I'd left the castle, and suddenly I looked at the gates, and I thought, I don't like the look of that. This massive dark figure. So I took a few photographs, and I've got a photograph of it somewhere where I can find it. And I thought, So anyway, luckily there was a couple came out behind. So I just hurried behind them and went out the gates and back to the tent. And
wow.
The next morning when we were back in, and Leslie Smith was there, and I said, oh, I was just telling her, and she says, oh, you've met John O'Gaunt. And I'm like, what? Yeah. So, of course, researching John O'Gaunt, and of course, his wife and daughter is buried in Lincoln Cathedral, which is not far from me. There's Bolingbroke Castle as well. There's links with him there. I'm not sure whether he wasn't born there, was he, or was his daughter? I don't know, but there's links anyway. So from that meeting he's popped up as well with me quite a bit. But yeah.
Oh, that's making me shiver. Do you think that's a past life link then somehow?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll have to look into that, because I am looking in and doing past life things at the minute. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Intriguing. Yeah, but if you're sort of drawn to an area, and you know it's this area as well, it is intriguing, isn't it? It definitely is.
Yeah.
Wow. So Carl, ages ago, we're really getting behind on this. So let's start with you. What's your favourite experience?
Oh God.
Oh, we can start.
I know, it's hard, isn't it? To
Oh, we
think.
can start
Really
with Lorraine.
such a hard question. Oh
Or we can
God.
start with Lorraine.
Oh, crikey.
I think we're both. Oh God.
So many. I've been to so many places. I don't know whether it's like you, Jacqueline. Sometimes they sort of mingle into one,
Oh
don't they?
God, yeah,
Think
that's
about
it.
something, and you think, oh, that was at so and so, but no, actually, it was at somewhere else. But I've always liked Woodchester Mansion. That's always been
Yeah,
some
not been
good
there yet.
experiences there. I was. This was many years ago. It was with Dusk Till Dawn. I think they don't
Yeah,
go.
no. I actually sort of did a trial with them,
Yeah,
and I actually sort of worked the galleries with them and Barry
yeah,
because
yeah,
there'd been a car accident. So then they sort of said, can anyone help? So I did, and then I worked with Barry there as well. So me, Jess,
yeah,
and Barry. But they're a
yeah,
great events team, and it's a
yeah,
shame they just went, didn't they? And
yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
it was one because I'd been on quite a few with them and back to because I've been to Woodchester quite a few times and different experiences. Um, and this night we were because when I first used to go there, there was no windows in the top
oh,
corridor in the
okay,
top corridors. So 4 o'clock in the morning, freezing
chilly.
cold. But there was one time we were up. I think it was on the second floor. I think I remember, and we were in the long corridor, and we were stood in a group, and they said, "Who wants to go to the end of the course?" I'm always the one putting
Yeah,
my
I
hand
am
up.
as well.
Who wants to go down the tunnel? Who wants to go in the
Yay,
toilet?
definitely.
So off I went the other end, the other end of this long corridor, and um, um, it was the lady. What was the lady's name? Was it Jess or was it the from Dusk Till Dawn? I can't remember.
Jess, yeah,
Yeah,
Jess,
that's it.
yeah.
She said called out to spirit, and then I was there, and I said, "Oh, I've got somebody stood right next to me, a lady. I could see her as plain as you stand next to me, and I could describe what she's dressed in. I could still remember it now, and." Just before Jess had said this question, this spirit went like this in my hair. And just as she'd done that, Jess says, "Can you touch Lorraine?" And I said, "She's already done it."
Oh wow,
Yeah, it was
incredible.
amazing. Amazing. But yeah, I've had different experiences at Woodchester. It's always a good one, that one is as well. One of my favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely place.
Yeah, that's two I've not been to, but
Yeah.
like we mentioned about dogs, I'm kind of restricted.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
it.
only drive sort of an hour after an event. I tell you
Yeah.
what, driving home from Nottingham the other night, I was that tired.
Oh
Luckily,
no.
it's only like a 15-minute drive. That's
That's
all
why
good. But
that's why I bring my hubby because he drives them.
oh gosh, yeah.
It
Well,
took us
that's
20
it.
took us about 20 minutes to get on Nottingham. We were just going round in circles. I don't know
Oh
what
my
it is
God.
with
We got
Nottingham.
so
Never
lost.
seem to be able to get out of it.
Are you kidding?
It was interesting
Oh,
because all of our maps, we each of us had our own map up
Oh
on a,
God.
but they were all telling us to go in a different direction. They just all
yeah.
sort of malfunctioned. It was like we were being trapped in Nottingham. It was so weird.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because
Oh,
I don't know Nottingham now.
Mm.
We're shutting like the main area around the Broad
mm,
Marsh area.
yeah.
That used to be the main bit, and now
Mm,
oh God, it's like
yeah.
it's just oh no,
Mm,
carnage. It really
yeah.
is, yeah. But yeah, to get from there to where you want to go, it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Oh,
um I've investigated the is it the Guildhall in Nottingham as well? I don't think that does a lot there, does
have
it?
you? No, I think it's empty.
Yeah, we managed to get in there. That was years ago. as
That's
well.
incredible, because I
Yeah.
think that's been empty and it's open to being vandalised at the moment, and
Oh,
they're on about trying to sort it out one way or another.
Yeah.
But that's Nottingham City Council owned. I'm
Mm.
sure I know somebody who used to work there, well,
Mm.
years ago. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah, that's such a shame, and you know,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, and this
Mm.
is the thing, and all these buildings are just left there.
I know.
Maid Marian Way,
Mm.
it's changed Maid Marian Way now as well. It's
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's recent. You know, they're still doing roadworks on it, and
Mm.
wow. Yeah, the ring road. That's
Mm.
oh, they've changed it, Mason. They really
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Nottingham, and it's like just
Yeah.
to get into the other area, you've got to go onto London Road and then in, which is like
Mm.
mad to go like the Ice Stadium area rather than driving through it. And you probably drove around there trying to find your way out. Yeah, bet you did.
Yeah.
But once you start through that lot, you good luck to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lisa, what was your favourite then, do you think?
Oh God. I'm trying to just think about all the different places
I
that
think
we've been.
Paranormal Research Centre's a really good one for us.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that is good.
Good.
I quite like. We did a private investigation at a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be careful you don't.
I'm not naming. I won't name it.
Yeah.
But
that was
again. This was the first sort of time that I was overshadowed by spirit
Right. Okay.
of a gentleman, and he was. I'm trying. It's so hard because it's. I remember.
Oh yes, I remember now.
Experiencing it, but then actually when I come out of it, it's hard to remember what actually happened.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But I remember the feeling of him, because half of his face was sort of burnt, and I remember feeling that, and it was a nice experience being there, and also having the people who work there and go there a lot were also a part of it.
Right, excellent. Yeah.
Being able to do that for them as well, because they'd had like a team in before.
Yeah. Wow.
So sort of having the people who knew history to items and then us going in as well. I think for me, that will always be one of my favourites that we've done.
Yeah.
On the whole. And we had with the REM pod Morse code, and one of the
wow,
I was able to translate it, and it was just such an experience. Definitely.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember watching you. It was like the side of your face was melting.
Yeah.
Burnt. Yeah. That was
Did that tie in with the item, or is it something from the building?
It tied in with a person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Either one of his items was there, or he was connected to the land itself. Remember?
Wow. Incredible.
Remember, it was so difficult to speak because of the mouth drooping, and that was really a strong connection that I had then.
Wow.
That I always think about because of how strong it really felt at the time.
Yeah. That's incredible.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I sort of mentioned earlier about teens and paranormal. So even though Lorraine did do investigating, you didn't go till you're 18.
Yeah, no, I didn't go until I was in my 20s, I think.
All right.
I got told off because I'd not took her on a ghost hunt.
Bless you.
Unbelievably cross because I'd always wanted to go on one.
Yeah.
And my sister turned 18. It was like, oh, we'll go on a ghost hunt because you can now.
Oh no.
And I was like, well, actually, I've been 18. I was 18, turned 18 quite a few years ago, and I've not been taken.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'd always wanted to, but I think as well, after what happened at the Ancient Ram with Mum, she sort of stopped doing them as frequently.
Yeah, it
So
can do that to you.
getting one that I could, you know, that she would do or that I could go on, it wasn't really a possibility because, you know, she wasn't doing them. I mean, there was paranormal things happening at home.
Yeah.
That's always been a thing, but no, actually going on an investigation, I didn't until I was, you know, 20, I think.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, at home then, what happened at home?
God, there's always been something that has kicked off at home, whether it's, I mean, I think for me, the worst was when I got a mirror from my, it was my great aunt, is it my great aunt, Mum?
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
Yeah, it was my great aunt. I'd never met her, but she passed away, and it was up to my mum and her aunties to sort of clear the house and do things. And I found a mirror, and I said, "Oh, I'd actually really like this in my room," which was the worst decision I think I'd ever. It started that every single night I would see this figure stood next to the mirror.
Oh my gosh.
This, I could never ever make out like a face or a shape, but it was sort of a tall, very misty cloaked black figure.
Wow.
And for it, you know, for a while it would just stand by the mirror, and you'd sort of have that like, oh God, this is really weird, but I'm just going to roll over and ignore it.
Well done. That's
And then
it.
it moving closer and closer to the bed.
Okay.
And it would get a bit closer to the bed until it got to the point where it was stood on the side of the bed, almost arcing itself over the bed.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think I've ever slept closer to a wall in my life. I was that wall.
Oh my God, bless you.
The just so negative, like the room, it felt so oppressive and dark.
Wow.
And one of the biggest sort of things that happened was when I had got out of the shower and I was in my room and I just had my towel on and I bent over because I needed to pick up my hairdryer, and I was shoved from the back. I was shoved. And then it was, no, this needs to go. This needs to.
Wow.
And so Mum took the mirror and I haven't seen it since.
It's in my room, facing the wall, because I've closed it down and I'm not having any rubbish from it. It's there and it's behave yourself.
Oh, I like mirrors.
Yeah,
I've got an interesting mirror.
Yeah, I have to shut them down for sometimes for people. Yeah, so
really.
Yes,
oh wow.
It's in my room behaving itself.
Yeah, I just kind of acquire things. Yeah.
Yeah, mirrors are weird things. They can be portals and So.
Yeah, I've got one. It's just like a dressing table, quite ornate, you know.
Yeah.
And I bought it as an haunted item from my mate Phil, who and when I was in his house, his wife didn't want it around. He sort of I went to collect it, and he just all the blood went out of his body. Basically, he just went grey. And his wife just saw him, and she started panicking, and I was like across the room, and like, oh my God. So then he came back again, you know, and then he got up past me in the mirror, and the lights went off in his room and were flickering. It's like, wow, you know, that what more do I need? You know, I'm going to take this mirror into my house, and it's actually in a cupboard. But then when I put my arm in the cupboard, I feel all like pins and needles on my arm. So I think it needs to come out and play sometimes.
Yeah.
So you'll have to get that mirror to meet your mirror to see.
Oh God.
My mirror is behaving itself.
Yeah. I mean, this was what, 10 years ago, and I still won't have that mirror anywhere near me.
I can remember because I think it was around Christmas time, and you'd got decorations up in your room, and I remember walking into Alyssa's room, and all the decorations were swinging, and it's like, whoa, this is not good. So
I remember having, I think it was another thing that had come into the house. I think you accidentally brought it back with you from somewhere, from a house
Okay.
clearing that you did.
Oh yes.
Attached to
The
you.
clearing. No, it just sort of, it would go to different, and it came back with me, but soon got rid of it.
Yeah.
That was very it was Christmas time, and I remember this like building of almost energy in the room.
Yeah.
I sort of pinned myself in the corner of the room because I was like, I don't really like
maybe
this.
that was the time when your decorations were swinging then, was it?
A lot of them all just came down at once. It was like woof, the whole
Oh
room.
my gosh, incredible. Yeah. That's special, that is.
Well, I mean, when all this is happening, when you're, 15, 14,
Yeah.
sort of you're primed to go into paranormal investigating, I think.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. You've had some right experiences even before you went out, which that is incredible. But Lorraine, you sort of you've got your own Facebook group now, haven't you? Sort of mediumship side, and you do events as well. Have you got any events coming up?
No, not at the minute. I've just sort of we're doing sort of some private ones at the minute.
Yeah, that's good.
Any sort of public ones. Places are so expensive to hire.
They are. Yeah, that's right.
So I've had to just sort of quieten that down a little bit, but we are doing some private ones. We did one last summer. Friend of my husband's that he's been talking to, and we're going to be able to go back hopefully.
Oh, awesome!
It kicked off there big time.
Nice.
So I'll be pleased that we can get back there because it's just an awesome place.
But and I guess it's never been investigated.
No,
then.
Never.
Awesome, yeah.
He doesn't want it known that so.
Yeah, it's an old sort of. It's like, isn't it technically a maid's or a servant's quarters to
that bit is, I think,
and the house doesn't
exist
anymore. Yeah.
But the quarters do, so
oh, that's incredible. I'm doing one of them at the weekend, so I think there's going to be 10 of us in total, and there's a building, like, when I first had a job, and I kept looking at it, and I used to drive by it, and I always liked it, and we've got in there. So I think they've been in there once, and so we're going in there. It's private, so I can't share the location or anything, but I'm going with some. All of us do paranormal, so mediums as well. So we should get some interesting stuff through. So it is nice to go into locations which aren't investigated, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it is. Yeah,
find when you go to a place that is sort of a renowned location, places like the Ancient Ram Inn, it never quite lives up to expectation. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen.
I think that place does, but I know what
when you hear that, when people, because it's so, places are so renowned because of all this activity, so you go there almost expecting the same.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, oh God, but going into somewhere fresh when it's all very new and exciting and you don't know what's going to happen.
That's it, yeah. That is the difference, because I expected quite a lot of the cell. Obviously I've got that John who keeps cropping up around me. I was damn sure he'd be waiting for me, and for you to actually pick him up straight away was... Oh, that blew my head, because I thought, oh my gosh,
I think he almost followed us down, to be honest, because as soon as I got to the bottom of them steps, I'm like, who's that up there? And he was
Uh,
just stood, and I kept looking, thinking, is it really? You know,
yeah.
and then you know, Gentleman John is like, no, you're no
Yeah,
gentleman.
no,
Mm.
no.
Yeah,
And he knows it as well. But
yeah.
it's just funny because I've actually had somebody trance in there bringing him through,
Oh
Mm.
right.
and I got some information through, and I took it to the haunted historian,
Mm.
and Mandy, and she's Mandy West, and she actually looked into it. She looked into the name, and he does exist.
Yeah.
And under trance conditions, we got his name as John Black. And he
Oh.
really didn't want to give his surname, okay? He was really like
Mm.
awkward. But
Yeah.
then Mandy did find a John Black something. So she did get him. He was a judge at
Mm.
National Justice Museum. It
Mm.
was the right time period. And then like I meet him at different locations, ask him the same questions with different people and get the same answers years on. And I
Yeah.
remember the answers from years ago. And
Mm.
it's just it's mad, isn't it? It's
Mm.
just so incredible. Oh,
Mm.
Mason, yeah, Warwick Castle, beautiful. Been
Yeah,
there twice, a group
never
of
been there.
14 people each time, so it's a private
Wow.
event. And
Yeah.
wow, I actually got a photo which maybe or may not be paranormal. So basically, I was in a room, I took 3 photos. The first one was blurred, the second one was a bit clearer, and the third one was even clearer. And in the third one, there seemed to be this figure appeared.
Wow.
So it's right. I just got it on my laptop, and I was just scanning through and thought, what
Yeah.
the hell's that at the back? But, it looked like some sort of butler at the back. And the room, it's a room with a bear in it. And, it's all roped off and everything. I've been back since, and the bookcases have got glass in front of them. So whether it's some sort of reflection on there, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
daylight. It was daylight at the time as well. I don't know, you know what I mean? You try
Yeah.
and check everything out, don't you? Hi,
Yeah.
Wayne. Hope you're well.
Hi.
And you just try and, you try
Yeah.
and debunk, and
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you never know if you caught something or not, really, do you?
No.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been going through the footage actually
Oh,
from
already? What brilliant.
yeah, I'm sort of halfway through. And there are some very interesting because when we first got down into the cave, obviously we're all moving about, so there
Yeah.
seems to be a lot of dust, I suppose, but there are
Okay, yeah.
a few interesting sort of light anomalies that are happening within them, and it's
Oh, okay.
decipher, is this dust or is this, but like for instance a light or orb coming down the stairs and into the room.
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
yeah,
incredible. Yeah.
there's a lot of interesting bits that I'm still trying to sort of go through and decipher, is this evidence or is it just dust sort of.
Oh, wow. But yeah, you've got so much to go through. I've recorded most of it as well, so I don't know
Yeah.
if I captured you. I don't know, because the camera was just like in the corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did move it at one stage, but oh yeah, that's when Phil went into a trance. But yeah, so I don't know if how much sort of captured, but it was incredible, wasn't it? And yeah, but you've got patience going through the footage.
Yeah.
Like I've got God about 5 hours to go through, but I'm behind. I've got that weird shop to go through as well.
I know there are some previous investigations that I still need to finish going through.
Yeah,
because it is, after a while it's like I just need to not do something else, because when you're
gosh, yeah,
staring at a camera that has been going or
yeah. Oh, it is tough. Yeah,
staring, oh god, because you have to pay attention, you have to either be listening really closely or watching the screen,
I
and
know.
distracted you think, oh god, have I missed something, so then you have to go back and it's like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, I have to listen. These headphones make a difference though as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can hear different things, but
I've
I need
learned
to
by
do it.
being told off by Alyssa that to do short bursts on the voice recorders and not like 20 minutes, half an hour long. Just
Oh
do the
God,
short
Wayne.
bursts with them. So
Yeah,
the
we
7-hour footage vanished. Oh no.
It was at Lincoln. Oh no, you were at Boston, weren't you? So
Oh,
was
where
it
were they?
Boston Town Hall or something?
Boston
Something
Town.
like that, Wayne, wasn't it? It was Boston, yeah. So that's
That's
more your
me.
neck of the woods, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my neck of the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Um.
like you said, it was in Lincolnshire, so it's kind of a public event, wasn't
Oh,
it?
right.
But you've got the filming as
Wonder where it was.
well. But
Oh.
yeah, so
Town hall. I don't know where the town hall would be in Boston.
might have it wrong.
Um.
Yeah.
Normally, the
something.
main one in Boston is the Gliderdome.
Yeah, which I've done, which I,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did with you. Oh, Session House.
Session House,
Session House.
Boston.
Was it a court or
Up
something?
there, I've not heard of that one.
Mm.
Sessions.
You'll be checking it out when you finish, won't you?
Sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, not heard of that one.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I love
Yeah.
the Gliderdome though.
Oh my God. I think it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
The fact that it was monks, wasn't it? Was it monks?
Yeah.
And they're buried where the bar is. And
Yeah.
people are ordering the drinks and these
Yeah.
monks are buried underneath. And I
Yeah.
think that's so wrong. It really
It
is.
is. But such an
Oh,
iconic
incredible.
building.
Courthouse.
Courthouse. Oh.
Courthouse. No, I'm still none the wiser. I'm going to have to look this up.
Yeah,
No,
because
Well,
it's
then
not
the thing is,
potential, isn't it?
Boston.
lived here all our lives, and we've never heard of. We live what, half an hour away from
There
Boston?
you go. We're getting closer next to a church.
The church. What? The big church?
The stump.
How many
Oh,
churches has
there's
it
loads
got?
of churches.
Oh, bless you. Is it near the stump? Can't miss that.
I'll have to. Yeah, I've not heard of that one, but yeah, no, that's my old haunt, Boston. I was born not far
Oops.
from.
You got
from
water,
there.
something in there?
Hmm?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
In the
No.
marketplace. Yeah, near the stump then.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay. I'm trying to think now.
Yeah.
Think.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Just like the council house then, isn't it? Or whatever it is, I guess.
I'm trying to think where that is. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds good. I will see what I can do. Just got a problem with dog kennels at the moment. Struggling to get him. Oh, never been investigated before. Oh.
Ah, that's why then.
Nice.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Well done for that. Yeah.
It's incredible. Well done. Well
Yeah.
found, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the Gliderdome, actually, thinking back to the footage that we got from there. We got something absolutely incredible light anomalies
Wow.
in
We
where
did actually. In the
that room.
Starlight room, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Luke's or was that one after that?
No, we went. I did.
You
one
went. You did one after, yeah.
Public event, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just amazing, and
Yeah.
and we've kind of met each other. Well, from mediumship, wasn't it originally, Lorraine?
Yeah.
But just to get out and about, it's a big thing, isn't it? Oh, okay. So it's owned by Smart Move Hotels.
Oh,
Close
okay.
to 2000. Oh, so many things are coming, like housing or hotels, aren't they? So that seems to be the current trend for historical buildings, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sad that locally they're on about Elveston Castle. So, this is a beautiful Derbyshire County Council owned building falling into disrepair. I actually managed to get a tour of it. They started opening up for tours, which is great. But now Derbyshire have kind of put it on the for sale list or very soon. And it's also a public park. And it's beautiful. It's got a lake and everything. And like as soon as they sell it, it's just going to be lost to the community. And then what will it be, like a wedding venue or who knows? And it is a shame. And it's a shame that these things aren't available for the public, isn't it? So, it's popular.
Yeah. What's the jail that's been made into like a hotel? Was it Bodmin?
Bodmin Jail, yeah.
So go in
yeah.
for a night.
it looks really good, yeah. I know people have investigated since, and It does
Yeah.
look and do you have 2 cells for a bedroom? Something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
I think you
Mhm.
get 2 cells for a bedroom, and
Yeah.
it's just yeah, it's just incredible, something
Mm.
like that, isn't it? And
Yeah.
at least it is preserved in some way, because obviously when it was done, people go, "Oh, no, you shouldn't do that," a bit of history, but it looks good, and,
Mm. Yeah.
they've kept the original features. I think it's got glass around it to some
Yeah.
degree to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
to keep it so you can see it, but then, it is a hotel as well, and but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a place I wanna go.
Mm,
Also wanna
Mm.
go to Jamaica Inn as well. I have been,
mm,
but not to
Yeah.
investigate.
Mm.
It's just a
Yeah.
touristy thing one day, you're driving that
yeah.
way, you're gonna pop in, aren't you?
Yeah.
And it was absolutely
Yeah.
heaving that day, but it was, there's just so many places to go, aren't there? Hitchin
Yeah.
Priory. Oh, wow. Hotel.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't
Right.
realise that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you sort of hear,
Mm.
but wow. But at least,
Mm.
at least they're kinda still here, aren't they? And you
Yeah.
just hope by doing that they can keep sort of the original features as much as
Mm.
possible.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
yeah. So, what other plans have you got then? What sort of
Um,
events have you got booked onto, or
nothing at the minute. I wanted to come to the galleries with you and Barry, but
yeah.
um, I'm teaching that night, so I'm
I
going to
know,
work,
it's
so I
shocking.
can't to change it. So yeah, so never mind. But I'll because I love it there. I've been there a few times, and
Yeah.
always had different experiences. So yeah, it'd be good to. I wanted to bring both my daughters, and
Oh, yeah, that would have been so good, and, I've
yeah.
got an issue with that building because that's where my past life ended. And,
Mm,
that
Yeah,
John was there as well, so no doubt
yeah,
he'll make his presence felt, hopefully not
yeah,
too close. Last time I went, I got away with it, he kind of kept away, but the
yeah.
time before, he just got really close.
mm,
Uh,
Yeah,
but, it's one of them, innit? Uh,
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
yeah, I just have to protect myself at night and make sure he doesn't
Mm,
mm,
start
yeah,
working there, then it's different, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
you're
So
gone.
no, not yeah, we've got the private one again. Hopefully, we're going to be able to go back
Yeah,
to and just
yeah,
yeah. I've not really. I'll just see what comes up really, and just go on to other people's because I say at the minute, just booking places and they're so expensive. Some
yeah,
are, and
that's right.
especially the ones I want to do
Yeah,
because
that's why me and Barry have sort of done what we've
yeah,
done, because it
yeah,
gives people a chance to get in the galleries, doesn't it? Because
yeah, yeah,
a team
yeah.
can't afford it.
mm,
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
ridiculous, and it's a place that I've always
Mm,
well, I went to it when it was actually a court. So in the
yeah.
1980s, I did government politics, and we actually went to a real court case there.
Oh wow.
So
mm,
it's weird, like years later, that it's just like
Mm,
this haunted place, and like when it's the court, you don't realise the history it had either.
so
You just
no.
think, oh, it's the court, that you don't see anything past that, but
Mm,
not the fact that we used to do hangings outside of it on the steps, and
yeah,
all sort of
yeah,
our barbaric history,
yeah.
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
yeah, and obviously there you've sort of got the caves as well, and I've been a few
Yeah.
times, and it's only actually last time that I found the spot where I had my first paranormal experience.
Mm,
So, my first ever ghost hunt was at the galleries as well.
yeah.
So that was 2003.
Mm,
And I remember there's like a room and there's a fireplace, and I was sitting, it was like a cave floor, but it just got wooden on the bottom, just planks of wood, just to stop people, breaking the ankles and stuff.
yeah.
And, we're just sitting around in a circle, and then, I heard this cat like walking across the wood, and I had a cat, so, it's obvious. And then my ex and the person next door just shone a torch at that spot at the same time. And
Mm.
that is actually my first paranormal, well,
Wow.
unexplained encounter,
Yeah.
which I will admit, because I was always ignoring it. I
Mm,
always ignored things happening, and I never wanted to,
Mm,
yeah, so, like years on, I still love that place, and
yeah. Yeah.
but then, to find out that I was chucked down the oubliette in a past life,
Mm.
it's
I,
quite special,
yeah.
yeah.
really.
I think I've been down one of them as well because yeah.
Yeah, you do with.
Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
my God, yeah.
I had an experience one time where, and it came out the blue. I was actually in the bath,
Oh my
but
God.
I I I just felt I was laid sort of dozing, and then all of a sudden I could taste dust, I could feel rubble on me, and I just came up like like this. It was the most bizarre experience. Yeah, so I've
But
never
I
felt
did.
like that. So
But I did that at the south. You know when
yeah,
we did that energy circle, I got
yeah,
all dust in my mouth, and then I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
breathe and stuff, and that was random.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
then yeah, so yeah, that
yeah,
was a bit gruesome. But yeah, whether I was picking up past life
yeah.
because the last time I met Phil was at the weird shop, and he brought my past life through, asking to get out the oubliette,
Oh
and a
wow.
medium actually picked it up as well. So
Yeah.
I clicked on to what was going on, even though I didn't even realise I didn't. God knows how it came in my head what the situation was. But then
Yeah.
Rachel is a great medium; she picked up on it as well, and she picked up the scenario, and gave more information. And it's like, oh my God! Oh, and my camera quit on me as well. So I set my camera up, and it just died on me. So it didn't want to film that either.
Yeah.
I find that really interesting when stuff like that happens with
Yeah.
Yes.
the equipment that you take when things die and when stuff just doesn't work. That to me is really interesting.
Yeah, because the thing is, the camera, I've got two, and I used one the other night, and it was actually filming all night. So that's quite a lot of hours, and it was
Yeah.
fine. And yet, that
Yeah.
particular night, I just switched it
Yeah.
on, and it died after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I charged it, I
Mm.
charged it. And then, like, later on, I got it home, and then the next day, saw it was on 3 out of 4 bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, nah.
Yeah, it's weird.
It just
Yeah.
doesn't work, and
Yeah.
they obviously didn't want me to get that. I got it on my phone, but obviously you can't see
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But I did sort of, because it's on your phone, you don't pick the sound up that well either. But I have got something, and yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so if you get anywhere you can go in the world, where would you want to go, Lorraine?
Crikey.
God.
Anyway.
Bless you, have fun. So on the Things Network after me, Dartmoor Show.
I don't know.
In the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah. There's loads of places in the US.
I
Yeah.
know there is, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
No.
I'm somebody that likes to keep my feet on the ground. I'm not a good.
Oh,
traveller.
okay. Oh, bless you.
You don't do flying.
No, but I'd love to go to Salem.
Yeah.
I would, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know because I can't think off the top of it. It's like that thing you've asked me a question. And
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah. Oh, bless you. Yeah.
But, yeah, there's probably loads of places, but yeah, I'd Salem. I would like to go to Salem, but I
Yeah.
mean, America and all around there, there's some awesome places, isn't there?
Oh, gosh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
would.
I was
Yeah,
surprised at the size of Waverley Hills, because you hear the name, don't you?
yeah,
And then, like, Jeremy, who does the Things Network, there's a photo of him there, and it's like, oh my God, it's massive, and you don't
yeah,
realise. But then I did see Denbigh Asylum. I went to Denbigh last year, and I saw how large that asylum was, and you just don't think about the scale of things, do you?
I'd quite like to go to the asylums and the like the sanatorium places in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
I think it's is it Waverly Hill Sanatorium? Is that
Yeah.
the one in Kentucky?
I don't know. I'm rubbish at things like that.
I think there's one in in Kentucky, and I actually have a couple of friends who
Oh,
used
okay.
who live over there, and they live quite close to it. So I'm always thinking, if I ever want to go over, I've got somewhere that I can stay. I can stay at a friend's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Mason's got a point. There's loads in this country to discover, and there is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like I have been to a lot of the coastline. I've been touring Scotland. I've done three tours within the last 4 years of Scotland, 2 weeks, and you just don't go anywhere because I've started having my favourite places to go to.
That's
So
it.
I've got to go to Glencoe. I meet somebody near Edinburgh. I meet Lois in Ayrshire, and then I go up to Inverness. So it's like,
Yeah.
and like you've done it then, haven't you? Like 1,500
Yeah.
miles, you've travelled it, and
Yeah.
I always want to go to Loch Ness as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just and Boleskine House as well, which
Yeah.
I went there a couple of Septembers ago when you could actually walk around the outside. You know, you get a time slot and you could walk around, and that was brilliant. And I got
Yeah.
loads of photos. I got permission to show them, but I will do one day. But they've like done it now. Like they've actually got the plastering on the inside of the wall and the sort of the roof out, and
Yeah.
it's really coming on. It's going to be opening
Yeah.
soon. So not sure what as, but I think
Yeah.
if it, you know, if people can stay there, then it's going to be certainly popular with paranormal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
You know
I don't know
my
what yours is.
favourite place. You've got it in your background. The Whitby.
Oh gosh,
Abbey.
yeah, and you know that was just a photo I took of the Abbey.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's got a ghost above it, which is like, oh my god! Like, I just posted it
Yeah.
on Facebook, and I thought, oh wow, you know, it's like it looks like it's got a ghost, and you know, I just shot it into the sun. You know, never take a photo into the sun, but yeah,
Yeah.
you get that effect, don't you? In it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that, you know, I use that as my badge on here,
Yeah.
and you know, and
Yeah.
it's there, isn't it? And yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
image I love, you know.
Yeah. But
And
it's like you say, you have your favourite place that you always go back to, don't you?
yeah,
Loads of places, but I always
Whitby's special. You know, I've
it
been
is.
there as a kid, and
Yeah.
you
Same.
know, I've been there a few times,
Yeah.
even within the last few years. And oh, yeah, it is a special place, isn't it? And
Yeah.
all the steps. But I've got a beautiful photo from the top of the steps, and the lighting was right as well. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of that photo. You know, all the steps and I think
Yeah.
it's probably golden hour, so everything was just lit up
Yeah.
perfectly, and then the street lights were going to start come on as well, and
Yeah.
it's just gorgeous. And
Have you ever been to Revelou? It's
no,
not far. It's not far. Oh my
did I? Did I? No, I
it's my
didn't.
favourite. Absolutely. I mean, Whitby Abbey is amazing anyway, but Revelou, oh, the feeling I get there is just amazing. It
Oh
is.
wow!
You just come down into the valley, and then there's this massive ruins of an abbey.
Oh
And
wow!
I actually had a lovely experience there. Actually, I'd been a few times, and we'd been with friends. You know, I go with Carolyn and
Yeah.
other friends, and I was telling them about, oh, I'm sure, because like me, places get muddled up with me. So, and I'm like, oh, there's, I'm sure there's an area here where they uncovered some tiles on the floor, and I was telling them, and I was walking around thinking, well, I don't know where it is, I can't find it. Anyway, I sat in this area, and all of a sudden I had a monk sat beside me, come to
Wow.
talk to me, and he was talking to me a little bit, and then he said, oh, I'm buried over there to the right.
Oh my
So when I
gosh.
went over there was the graves. But he said, and before he went, he turned and he said, by the way, the floor that you're looking at is at Byland Abbey. And I went, oh, okay.
Whoa.
And I remembered then they are. And then I took them to Byland, and there's the floor. And it's like, oh, right. Okay. Oh, God. But that was pretty awesome. That was. Yeah. I mean, a monk speaking to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because they always like say like, can they read your mind, don't they? So
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
evidence of that in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that is fascinating,
I
really. You know,
so.
it gives a bit of validation to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Or
Reeve,
you know, is they're listening? Maybe it's hard to say, but wow, for
yeah.
a spirit to like answer your question is like,
Yeah. He just turned. He said, "By the way, the floorings at Byland." That's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was.
that is that's fascinating.
Yeah. But Reeve, if nobody's been, I would definitely look it up and go because it is just just majestic. It's just beautiful, and it's in a valley, and you can just imagine, just amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
really lovely.
I can't believe I haven't been because
Yeah,
I've been to Scarborough, Whitby, Bridlington,
yeah,
Pickering, over North York Moors and everywhere.
yeah,
I've managed to miss that though, haven't I?
yeah.
It's going to be
Look it
very
up.
close in that area.
Yeah. It's not too far away. Yeah, I would definitely
Yeah.
look it up and
Oh
go.
my gosh,
It's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got to do short trips this year because I've screwed up my holidays.
Oh,
Because I've got events on at weekends and
mm.
I can't have like
That's
2
it.
weeks
Trying to
off.
juggle everything. It's hard.
Oh, I know. I've screwed up. I need to like book for next
Yeah.
year's holidays just to make sure that I have 3 clear weekends really to allow me to do a 2-week tour of somewhere. But
Yeah.
I've just gone and totally screwed up now. So it's just one of them, isn't it? It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I need my week in Shell Island, so it's just like
Yeah.
I can't. It's questionable if
Yeah.
I can manage that.
Yeah.
And it's oh dear.
Trying to squeeze everything in, isn't it? That's the
Oh, I
thing.
know.
Not
I
enough.
don't intend to be busy, but it just happens, doesn't it?
Does, yeah, it does.
Well and truly, and
That's it.
that's why I can't check out my camera. I'll have a go at that in a bit.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
Mm.
So how do we find you, Lorraine? So if anybody wants to
Oh,
follow
well,
you,
yeah, we've got my mediumship page is A Touch of Spirit, Lorraine Sargent, psychic medium, and then we've got a private group which is Stay Spooky Paranormal.
yeah.
Which anybody wants to jump on there, we accept them. That's where all our investigations are on there and footage and everything, and past places that I've been to as well.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
And then just the Stay Spooky events page, but
right.
that's if we've got any events coming up. But yeah, so the group is mainly
Yeah.
where footage and everything's put on there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I'll show I'll share it onto the
Oh, thank
page
you.
so people can
Thank
find
you.
it. But thanks
Yeah.
so much for the chat. But thanks so
No,
much for
thanks.
sort of
Yeah.
bringing so much to Friday because it
Oh,
was
thank
incredible,
yeah, it was.
and yeah, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. That's what counts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
sort of when you book a venue, it is like worrying, like oh gosh, I hope everyone
Yeah,
enjoys it,
it
and
is. Yeah.
but like I sort of like get different people. Like obviously I know
Mm.
everybody, and it's a nice
Yeah.
mix of people who sort of come together and just
Mm.
work together, and that's what
Yeah.
I love as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the fact that afterwards, like you're sharing photos and stuff in the chat, and
Yeah.
it's there, isn't it? And like
Yeah.
any night you go investigating, and you're still talking
Yeah.
about it a few days later, it's
Yeah.
awesome, isn't it?
That
And
photo with the mist though was pretty awesome as
yeah,
well, wasn't it?
definitely.
It's like
I don't know who
how
did.
can you
I know Tanya got some of
explain?
them, didn't she?
Yeah, I
And
can't remember.
then Kathy got some as well. Was it Kathy? I'm not sure.
Um,
But
the mist one was.
yeah. But I'll put them on the page anyway.
It was Tanya, I
Obviously.
think.
Tanya,
Put
yeah.
the mist one. Yeah, but it's like, how can you explain that?
Mm.
Mm.
No
But
mist down
I
there.
did see a mist over there. So when
Yeah.
we were sitting in the cave, right where the emergency
Mm.
exit light was, it was
Yeah.
getting misty because
Mm.
it wasn't clear to see. And then later on, I
Yeah.
looked over and it's clear as a bell. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You
Yeah.
could see the green light clearly, but
Mm.
there was a haze in front of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the way you disappeared as well, Lisa. And I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that with my own eyes. It looked just
Yeah.
like you'd gone, and then that was captured on an image as well, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
you saw lights as well, didn't you? Or Tanya saw a light moving, didn't she?
I've seen flash
Yeah.
the camera footage,
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
like
Yeah.
light anomalies.
Yeah. But
yeah, no, there was a lot of people seeing stuff out towards the
shadows,
stairs.
the steps, yeah. And
Yeah.
steps kind of disappeared at one stage as
They
well.
did, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
they
you
did.
had that as well, yeah.
I
You're just
see that,
looking and it
yeah.
looked like a wall rather than
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got the emergency light and you
Yeah.
could see it enough to see the steps, but they did just kind of disappear. But yeah, Conjure Quest, they went a bit ago and they've just put some on YouTube as well from the location. So that's the same location we went to, and they actually got Rosie as well, and they picked up details about a family. So that'd be interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check that out. But yeah.
That'd be
But
good.
thanks so much, and
No
yeah,
worries.
thanks everyone who's watched and commented. Thank
Yeah.
you, and look after yourselves, okay? All right,
Thank
okay.
you.
So goodbye, everyone.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.